Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Happy Thanksgiving. If you're not American, happy November, whatever the hell day it is. I don't even know what day it is. I've been keeping track of this month more through word counts than through days. Like, I'm not even positive I know what the date is, but I can tell you how many words I have to have written today. I have not written. It's currently mid-afternoon-ish. My roast is in the crock pot and it smells so freaking good. I might have used too much time, but also there's never too much time. Time is like the magic spice, right? So my roast is cooking. It'll be done in 3 hours, and I'll get to kind of just chill for a little while. I haven't written today. I haven't done much today. That's not true. I've done a lot today. I woke up early to start the roast. I browned it, seared it, sauteed veggies, filled the crock pot, did all that sort of stuff, cleaned up after myself. Em and I bought new bookcases for my living room because we have a billion books and no place to put them. So we wanted some new bookshelves. I put one of those together. I cleaned, I swept, I've done some stuff. But I've also just watched the entire second season of Castle Rock. I watched 1 or 2 episodes last night, and then I watched the rest today. If you haven't heard of Castle Rock, it is a anthology series based on the works of Stephen King, but it's not really based on anything. It just takes a whole bunch of his books and characters and places and kind of puts them all together in one small area of Maine. So the idea is that Castle Rock is a town that's been in a lot of his books, is next to Jerusalem's lot. And there's a whole bunch of craziness going on there. And it's probably one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. I don't really think you could call it adaptation. Probably one of my favorite Stephen King visual representations I've ever seen. Shawshank Redemption is far and away my favorite, but this is really close. Like, it's really good, which is unusual because King's writing is so character focused. It's so intently. It's so much more about character than it is about plot, that when it comes to doing that on a visual medium, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to tell visual stories about character because it's very difficult to, as the viewer, to be inside of the person that is going through the story. But as a reader, you get to be privy to all of that. And King really likes to let you know exactly what his characters are thinking. And you don't get any of that in this show. But the nice thing about the show is it's got a whole lot of familiar characters and a whole lot of familiar places, but it's not based on anything that he's ever written. So it's just a mashup of King stuff, and that means that the plot is so much bigger. If you watched my talk about The Shining, I just read The Shining this past week, you'll know I said something there that King's books are very light on plot, and they always have been. The plot is just a tool to get you through, right? It's just the plot is for King's work. The plot is a mechanism that provides pacing for the rest of the story, and the real story is the turmoil that the characters are going through, and it always has been that way. The real story is the characters just being completely altered by the end. And so, strip away the character work, and the book is, his books are just kind of like, oh, there's a hotel that kills people. Okay. But here in this Castle Rock show, it's got such a huge cast of King's characters and such a large area of his it wraps everything. So the plot has grown exponentially, which means that for a visual show, it's very rewarding because it's just like stuff just comes at you constantly. You're just constantly being berated by new happenings, new twists, new turns, And the second season was really good. I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but if you watch the first season and you're confused, the second season does not solve that. It is an anthology series, which means the second season has nothing to do with the first season. I mean, that's not true, but it's really close to true that it's a completely separate story. There's a few small tie-ins that if you paid attention make sense, but otherwise it doesn't matter. What happened in the first season doesn't matter. The first season was good. The first season was more of a mystery, more of a, well, what the hell is going on? This place is really weird. People are wandering out in the woods and hearing things, and there's a lake, and you don't really, there's a kid that was, trapped in a prison forever. Season 2 is much more horror, much more. A lot of blood, a lot of jump scares, a lot of the creepies. They went heavy on creepy, and I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was fun. As somebody who I don't deal well with visceral, that's not the right word. I don't know what the right word is. I don't deal well with realistic depictions of violence. It makes me just kind of cringe, and there was quite a few moments I had to kind of just go, I can't do that. No, thank you. I don't know what that is about me, but it's always been a thing. I still enjoy watching horror movies, but I usually enjoy watching them because they're bad. Most of them are really bad. This show, the horror moments or the horrific moments where there's death on screen and stuff, it was it felt very, very, very real and very, very unnerving, and that was fun. If you like that sort of thing, there's tons of blood and lots of violence. But it also has a very compelling story, kind of blending together Misery and Salem's Lot. It kind of takes both of those stories and mashes them together. Not really. It doesn't, but it does. I would say that the show is kind of a prequel to those, or if you are aware of Stephen King at all and you understand that Stephen King's worlds exist outside of themselves, then this is an alternate timeline version of those two stories. Very good, very fun, and it was good. It was good to have that to do for a day of being alone, and I think it gave me. It didn't give me any ideas for my book. Like, it didn't go, oh, I can pluck that, but it did give me a lot of. I'm about to get into some icky parts in my book, and I'm not sure how to write them. So I got to watch that today, and now I got to see a lot of icky, and now I have a much clearer picture in my head of what's going to happen, and hopefully that can help me write this next chapter. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that wherever you are, you're safe, and you didn't go to some large family gathering and get sick. I don't know what the word was that just escaped me. I hope you're safe. I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope that you have a wonderful long Thanksgiving weekend. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I will see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is desultory. It's an adjective meaning acting without plan or purpose, activity that seems random or haphazard. Find time to still be learning somewhat good and give up being desultory. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. Desultory. Desultory.